we are driven by our emotions and feelings, all of that drives our action. And, and that's really what creates the thoughts and the inner critic and it's okay, just sleep in, and the whole head trash that we go through. And the more we can be in the space of just looking at behavior as it just is and stop assigning a meaning to it, it allows us to start separating action from emotion, behavior from meaning. All of a sudden you free up like 90% of your bandwidth internally, because it's all these stories and the bullshit that we're assigning to everything, when it's like, you don't even know what someone's intention or meaning was. But we sit here in this space of worrying about all this crap. And it's like, just let it go. And what I've moved into is saying, okay, here's the behavior. I can only control myself. So if it's somebody else's action or behavior, I'm not going to assign a meaning. I'm just going to say, okay, it is what it is. What's my responsibility in creating conditions for the outcome that I want? And that's it. That's all I can do. And then if it's my own, I'm not going to assign meaning to the behavior that I did or didn't do. It's just, okay, how can I adjust the conditions to get the desired outcome?
Right. When you do that externally with other people, because someone else is upset doesn't mean it's about you.
No, that's what I'm saying. That was kind of the first example. Like if somebody, says or does something, whatever their behavior is, we don't have to assign meaning to it. It just is. And the biggest liberator there is not taking shit so fucking personal. It's not about you. Think about yourself 98% of the time. Whatever it is that's going on with us, it's our own shit.
Right.
It has nothing to do with anybody else. And on top of that, even if it does, most of that is what we're creating.
100%.
Like when you stop assigning a meaning and creating all these associations, I'm like, it is just freed up so much space in my marriage, just removing the attachments, removing the meaning. It just is. If something happens, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. I control me. If Jeff can't do something that I'm asking him to do, I don't have an emotional reaction to it. I'm like, okay, if I need it now and he can't do it, I just go do it myself. And again, no guilt, no whatever. It just is. That's it.
Right.
And the more we can separate that, the more likely we are to do the things we need to do to create the success we want. But that's why the systems are so important.
Right. I agree. And I think there's a flip side to that coin too, which is get rid of negative people in your life. Not that they're bad people, but some people are just stuck. They can't find anything positive of any situation. And if you find a person who can only find the negative in every situation, it's time to move on until they grow a little more. Because if you've got I had a lot of those people. I had a lot of those people in my life, and I love them dearly. But it's just I think that it's like being in soup. If the soup is hot, eventually you're going to cook. And you have to remove the soup so you can cool down. That's a terrible metaphor, but
it's like the frog in the water, right?
Yeah, there you go. That's what I was going for.
Yeah,
that's what I was going for.
It's wild too how many people prefer to make their decisions about their circle based on people they like. Do you realize the people you like is based on a filter that was created when you were a child and is probably really dysfunctional and fucked up? It's why you're choosing the wrong people to date. You're choosing the wrong people in your business. You're choosing the wrong people in your inner circle, and they're not helping you or supporting you. So if you remove that variable and look just at who are the people that inspire me, or are aspirational because they're living the life you desire, those are the people to shrink the proximity. I have somebody that I absolutely adore for who they are and how they're leading and what I'm able to learn from them. We don't have an intimate relationship because that's just not the way they function. They're not a warm, fuzzy kind of person. I am a warm, fuzzy kind of person. I like that.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. If that's not how they roll, I don't take it personal. but it's all the other variables. They've bought and sold businesses. They were ahead of their time in industries that women were just not in, doing things that are just absolutely amazing and disrupting industries and living a life fully personal, professional, community, impact, all the things that is very analogous to my own vision. Yeah. So I got closer to them. So it's really shifting that perspective on how we're curating the people we surround ourselves with. Some of those people I don't always like, but they're doing the damn thing.
Yeah. It's that saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
Yeah. And I was that person for a really long time. And it fuels your ego too, because you're like, oh my God.
Well, that's just it. I think that's why we keep a lot of them around, right?
Right.
It just strokes our ego, and we get to feel better or superior or comfortable. It's all mediocrity, right?
Or in control.
Yeah.
Because if you can run laps around other people, right, that's one of the ways we keep the wall up and get to stay, in that control issue kind of space.
Yeah, you cannot be healthy in a comfortable environment. You will atrophy. You have to challenge yourself. Yeah.